Hello, everyone. I am one of your hosts for today's episode, Some Guy with a Hat.
And I'm some guy with a microphone.
We've got something a little bit different cooked up for y'all today. Some Guy with a Mic, do you want to explain this different style episode we have cooked up?
Sure, I think my articulation's a bit more up to snuff this afternoon.
Oh my
So
god.
today
Yeah.
is our mid-season special. Now, what does that mean? That means we're going to be bringing in some new stuff. We're still going to do some of the older stuff, but we're going to change it up just a little bit. And maybe, just maybe, if you hang out to the end of the podcast, we've got some exciting news for you. So, with today's little change up, we have decided to work on two different films. I do not know what my co-host has picked, and he does not know what I have picked. The rules are simple. We're each going to give each other 5. Did you pick quotes or trivia points?
I did quotes.
All right. So we each got 5 quotes from our respective film. We will go one at a time. You will get the 5 quotes, and we'll try. Do we get one guess per quote? If we get it early, we get more points.
No, so I think how I've thought this through, if we guess it after the first quote, that's 5 points. After the second quote, that's 4 points. Third quote, 3 points, and it goes down from there. But we can only guess 3 times.
Okay. I like that.
I don't know. We're trying this out live today. So, as per usual, we didn't plan this through. So let's just give it a shot.
All right. Would you like to ask your questions first, or should I ask my questions first? Or my quotes, I should say.
I can give you my quotes first.
All righty.
Okay. Quote number 1. You keep dancing with the devil. One day he's going to follow you home.
That's a good quote.
Would you like me to move on?
Give me a second quote.
Nah, we cousins.
Give me a third quote.
There are legends of people with the gift of making music so true it conjures spirits from the past and future.
Okay. What's quote number 4?
Okay, I'm gonna be. This isn't a very quotable movie, but these are just the best quotes in the film. So
That's fair.
All right, quote number 4. We're gonna kill every last one of you.
Okay. I'm getting an idea, but give me number 5.
All right. Are you sure you don't want to use one of your guesses? I mean, you got 3 guesses.
Is it Night of the Living Dead?
No, but I did watch that recently.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Give me the 5th one.
Before the sun went down, I think that was the best day of my life.
Okay. That's all 5.
Correct.
I feel like I've seen now. And do you believe I've seen this movie before?
I don't think you have.
That makes it hard. I don't know if you've actually seen the movie I picked either. That's another thing. That adds the difficulty.
At least we made it fair for ourselves.
Yes, there we go. Okay. So it's not Night of the Living Dead. Is it Blade?
No. You're
No,
getting
it's not.
closer, and I'm going to give you a hint. It came out
Okay.
recently.
Oh, it came out recently.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a newer film.
Okay. We're gonna kill every last one of you. Dance the Devil's gonna follow you home. I'm gonna turn my phone just gave me a notification. I'm like, that needs to be silenced. Okay. Newer movie. We don't know if I've seen it. That really does not narrow it down. Is it Conjuring Last Rites?
Ooh, no, I'm sorry. That's not
Damn.
it. Would you like me to
What
tell
was
you, or
it?
do you want us to hold off until
Now go ahead and give it to me. Let's see.
the film from that these quotes are from is Sinners?
Oh, yeah, I've heard that's good. Is it good?
It is phenomenal. Yeah, we'll get into it. All right.
Those of you at home, comment down below if you got his right, and comment below what you think mine's gonna be. All right. Are you ready for your quotes?
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to cut it here. I need to do something about this heat. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. Take your time.
Okay. I'm back, and the audience will never know.
Perfect. So I will say mine might be a little bit easier because some of the quotes I have are from like a small conversation.
Okay.
So it might make it easier or harder. I will just use like character one, character two instead of using their names, obviously.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. All right. Okay. First quote: Ideals are peaceful. History is violent.
Oh, this quote is so familiar, but it's not going to come to me yet. What's the next one?
All right. Character one. Vámonos, Carban. Vámonos. Character two. Hey, you want to speak Spanish? Join another tank. Spanish tank. This is an American tank. We talk American.
It's Fury, right?
It is Fury!
Nice. Nice. What are your other quotes that you had?
Other ones I got are Character 1, where are you going? Character 2, to take the next town and the next one until you people quit. I've also got where's the next one? Why is it so far underneath here? I know where to fucking hit him. And then finally we've got I'm done trying to convert you heathens. You mind if I continue invading Germany?
Yeah, I think it was the word tank that really gave it away.
Yeah. I feel like I had to give you some things. I'm like, this movie came out almost a decade ago. I know it wasn't, like, incredibly popular, and war movies are also kind of a niche that I find myself in way too often, that I'm like, oh, everyone's seen Band of Brothers. No, most people have not seen Band of Brothers in its entirety.
Yeah, I threw in that one quote about the legends of music and everything and the spirits. I'm like hoping that would lead you in that direction if you knew anything about the movie, but all right.
Fortunately.
That was a good game. I enjoyed that. What film do you want to hit on first?
You know what? Since you won, we'll go with your film first.
Okay. Sinners came out this year, had a surprisingly long run in theaters, which I'm so happy about. I mean, it really deserved it. It's one where I hope the 4K is as good as it was in theaters, because the music and sound design was absolutely immaculate. Like, it's not Sinners isn't a musical, but there are musical like diegetic bits in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they did it, but I mean, I think everyone's going to be talking about the barn sequence when that musical bit happens. It really feels like the entire soundscape just envelops you and you are there in that barn. I mean, it's a wonderful one shot as well, with characters coming in and out of frame, like different periods of people as well, like people from future, people from past, as like it's a really simple word, and I always forget the simple words. Not a metaphor.
Okay, rewind your sentence.
The soundscape envelops you to make you immersed. Immerse was I looking for the word
immersion?
Maybe
immersion.
I might have been trying to think of the word immersion. If you're still here in the episode, there's probably a cut there. I just had another blonde moment lapse in thought for about 2 minutes when I couldn't think of the word immersion. And I hope I was trying to think of the word immersion, because I don't remember what I was trying to say, but we're at the word immersion now, so we're sticking with it. But yeah,
my immersion is broken for this episode.
Yeah, whoops. The immersion in that sequence stands out above the rest of the film, I think. It is, words cannot do it justice, at least not my words, as you mentioned at the beginning of the episode. Something's off today. Maybe it's the heat, but I cannot form a coherent sentence to save my own life.
It's unusually hot today for September.
Yeah, maybe, can you stop it?
Listen. I've done my best to contain all that I am in my glory, but it's hot in here, and yes, it is just me.
Well,
of the two of us, I have the ego.
excuse you?
Yeah.
No, I think I have the most ego.
Oh, why? Because you make good films and you write good scripts and you have a lot of friends and you're relatively successful in the things that you enjoy doing? Is that why?
I think 90% of those were false, by the way.
Half of your comedic material is self-deprecation.
Again, I think it's more like a 70-40 split.
And the other half is suicide jokes.
So much stuff getting cut this episode.
A lot of people, this is going in the episode, a lot of people are like, hey, suicide jokes are a red flag. Not with this guy. If Hat does not make a suicide joke and you hang out with him, he's going through something.
Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate.
Don't get me wrong, my ego is on a freaking pendulum. I am the creationist gift to this world, and I am a goblin underneath a troll, underneath a bridge, underneath Lake Superior. Okay? I have those two modes, and that's it.
I completely agree. I think my pendulum swings, and it's entirely dependent on if I'm having a good hair day or a bad hair day.
The vanity of this man.
Of course, that's what I'm trying to get at. Look, if I'm a perfect person, I expect my hair to also be perfect and reflect that.
I mean, it was real perfect during our bonus content.
Yeah, well, no one saw that.
Not yet. Bonus content coming to a theater near you.
Oh, that bonus content. I know what you're thinking about.
The one where we can see your hair.
Yeah, at first I thought you meant
the diatribe from previous episode?
No, I thought you meant the Saw episode because it was a different format, and I'm like, what? But yeah, the heat. My God. Thank God this is a different episode.
That is exactly what I meant. I meant that in the Saw episode we did several weeks ago, that was completely audio, we 100% were able to visually see your immaculate hairstyle.
Look, I think I'm suffering from blonde bitch disease, and this is terminal. Like, thank God this is probably going to end up being a shorter episode, because I can feel my brain cells evaporating in this studio.
I can hear the sizzling.
Yeah.
But yes, Sinners, a cinematic masterpiece, you were saying.
I would say so. I would consider it to be a masterpiece, even though it did just come out this year. I was looking up quotes earlier today for this episode, and I think I saw it still sitting at like a 92 and 90% for critic and audience scores. So it's a well-enjoyed film for sure. I know I was raving about the sound design. That's not to say that the visuals slacked in any way. Like, that's not the case. It looks amazing. It sounds amazing. All the characters are insanely likable. Like, one of the quotes I had was, "Nah, we cousins," was from Michael B. Jordan, who plays Smoke, and Michael B. Jordan, who plays Stack in the film. They're twins. They are World War I veterans, and they've had some time in, I think, Chicago. The film takes place in, I think, Missouri in 1932. So these brothers...
I think it's Mississippi, isn't it?
Yes, that's the one. Yep.
I know a little bit about the film, not a ton.
Just enough to correct me, which is good.
Just enough to kill your ego.
Yeah. But yeah, they got into like taking advantage of both sides of like the mafia and Capone, and uh, before they came back to their hometown and where the film currently takes place. So both characters, even though they're twins, they are very not only visually distinct, but characters as well. You can instantly tell which one is talking at any given time, um, and I can't pick a favorite between them. Like Smoke is the more, I'd say, badass, like hardened character, and Stack is the more caring. Even though they both, on the outside, are very similar in their
Hmm.
um, the way he portrays both of these characters. Um, but I think one of my favorite moments in the film, my favorite moment overall in the film, is somewhat early on. The two brothers split off to go do different things while they're setting up for this juke joint that night. And Stack and the main character, Sammy, are driving in a car, and Sammy has his guitar, so he starts to play it, and Stack's like, yeah, like sing a bit. And when Sammy starts to sing, like Stack just like looks over in such awe and amazement and starts hollering in joy. And it's one of the most genuine and real emotions that I've seen in this film. Um, and yeah, it's my favorite part of it.
It sounds good.
Well, I've been presenting this almost as if it's a period piece so far. And for the
Hmm.
first two-thirds, it is. But it is not a period piece movie. It's a vampire movie. Like, this is one of the greatest twist genre shifts in a film I've ever seen. And without, I think that was its big like selling point. Like, oh yeah, it's a great film, but it's also got vampires in it. I would have watched it if there weren't any vampires. If it wasn't a horror movie, like it's the real stuff is so entertaining. These characters, the environment is all amazing. But then you add the supernatural element of the vampires in the horror bits, and it just elevates it even more, which is really hard to grasp at um, how special this film is. I think.
Hmm. I mean, I didn't even know it had vampires in it.
Oh, sorry, spoilers. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think if there's anything that wasn't good, and I think the one thing that I'm gonna nitpick on
Hmm.
is something that I don't like when this is done in other films as well, but they show a set group of characters in the barn, and there are multiples upon multiples of dead people and vampires outside the barn that are gonna get in and fight. We know a fight's about to happen, but there are, let's see, there's one, two, like 5 to 7 characters that are alive in this barn. Once the vampires come in and everyone starts fighting, you see more people die than were in the barn. So it's like there are extras that they had, or they didn't show that there were other people still there, even though like it doesn't add up. It just we're throwing bodies at it to inflate the stakes a bit by seeing other people die. It's like, oh no, our characters are in danger, or they wanted to get a kill in but not take up a moment from one of the main cast. Um, that's what it felt like, and I don't know. I'm not a fan when they just like break continuity almost by having like making the audience, um, if you even catch it, to make the audience have to rationalize it. Like, oh yeah, they were probably there the entire time, but we just didn't see them. So,
Yeah. Was there anything you didn't like about the film? Anything you would have changed if you were given creative lead?
oh no, yeah, that's what I was just talking about.
Okay, those were the things you would change.
Yeah, the oh god, this is a rough one. This is I am
Listen, if you need to limp this one, I can go off on a tangent about Fury.
Yeah, it just sucks. I feel like I'm not doing the film justice at all, and I'm not. Um,
In
but
that case, why don't we suggest that the good people that are listening to this podcast while in their car, at work, at their grandmother's funeral, at their uncle's third wedding, uh,
three,
go see the
really,
film.
you get two.
Yeah. Well,
Re-
I'm only getting one.
yeah, most regular people would get one, and they'd stay with one. However, two, maybe the first one, maybe it's not your fault it ended. Whatever, you get two. If you go on to number three, you're the problem.
Common denominator. It's basic. It's basic math.
To stop the uh, further deterioration of my analysis of this film, why don't we pivot over to your film?
Oh boy. All right, so Fury. Where do you want me to begin?
Do we want to talk about John Bernthal?
I mean, we have to at some point.
Of course.
They got the Punisher.
Yeah, this is, I think, his most unique role I've seen him in, just because he's, I wouldn't necessarily call it an accent, but he's definitely a more detestable character, a bit.
He's an antagonistic character.
Yeah,
within the set.
Yeah, the most morally gray I think I've seen him play.
Do you know what his character's name is in Fury? What they call him?
Isn't it something like insulting, like dipshit or something?
It's coon ass.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he's a hick.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I definitely believed it.
Oh, he did a wonderful job. The egg licking scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. That man went on to become the Punisher and the brother of the accountant.
Yeah, this was after he was in Walking Dead. I don't know if this was his first role after that, but it would have been close because this came out in 2014, right?
Fury? Was it 2014 or 2017?
I think it's 2014.
It could be. Fury. 2014 film, you are correct. Siri, I'm not talking to you. No. Go away. Didn't do great. It did okay. In most reviews.
Yeah, like
it's got Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I remember hearing about it a lot. So I assumed it was a great film. I just never got around to watching it until I think a couple months ago. I think I watched it. It was good. I mean, there were a lot less tank stuff than I was expecting.
So, for those of you who have never seen Fury and are curious, it is about a tank crew towards the later ending near the end of World War II in the European theater of war going against Nazi Germany. As far as an action film goes, it's good. It's fun. It's a good watch. If you're going for historical accuracy, I'm very sorry. This is not the film for you. I would go just to watch it, but there's a lot of historical inaccuracies that are going to bother a lot of people. But if you don't care so much or you don't know as much about the logistics and how things were at that time period, then it's a great watch. It's fantastic. It's about the tank crew. The tank is called Fury. They've named their tank Fury, which I think I should have said to begin with. But it follows just the one tank crew as part of, I think they're part of their 3rd battalion of the Armored Tank Division. It's a really good watch. There are some parts that are hard to watch, and they're meant to be. And I don't mean that in like, they're poorly done. It's just like, this is graphic.
Content.
This is, it's war.
Yeah.
And they get that point across several times.
Yep. Yeah, I was expecting there to be I think at least one more tank battle. Um, but it's a very like start to finish takes place over a very short amount of time. Like I think only a couple days at most.
Yes. It very much so. Um, there's because it's towards the end of they do a good portion of like, hey, during the closing days of the Second World War, the German army was down to a lot of kids and old men. Um, which they have that point where there's a scene where the new front gunner is observing outside of the tank, and he sees a little German boy like running through the woods, and he's like, "Oh look, a German boy!" And he doesn't shoot, so that German kid fires an anti-tank round and kills everybody in the tank in front of him and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, "Oh, that's actually surprisingly accurate of what they were doing back then." Um, and then it's like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna mow down these kids with machine gun fire, so be ready for that."
Look, Star Wars did it. Um, Fury did it. I don't think it's that controversial of a thing anymore.
It's that's fair. You did mention like, hey, if there'd be more tank battles.
Mhm.
And I can definitely see where you're coming from as being a tank movie. What I will say is that unlike Hollywood and things like World of Tanks and what's the other one that people keep giving out classified documents on? War Thunder.
Yeah.
Tank battles were interesting, but they weren't as high octane. And also, these tanks were firing at each other from really, really close.
Yeah.
Like, every time they get into combat, they always have, like, a contrived reason as to why they were so close. And half the time it's because, there was a tiger hiding in the bushes. First off, they could see you coming for, like, a mile. I guarantee you, the high-velocity cartridge... No, I shouldn't say cartridge. The high-velocity shell that tiger is packing would have dented your skulls in before you even got a blip on his radar.
Yep.
Also, there's several times where so they always like, we can't destroy the tiger with our guns. Yes, you can. I know the Fury is based on the Sherman. They have some modifications to it. Yes, their shells could, some of there's not all of them. The Penning shells could have gone through the Tiger armor. Tigers were not as invincible as everybody like. Also, there are way too many Tigers in service for this point in the war. Tigers were an expensive luxury. And at this point in the war, they didn't have that. There's so many Tigers, and they're around every freaking corner. I'm like, why are they all so spaced out? What happened? Because the tanks go in a column. Alright? That's how they work. Even on the defensive, they have rows, right? And it's just like, there's a tiger here, there's a tiger way over there. No! They're within operational support of one another. That's why the Shermans had 5, and then why are the Tigers always alone? And why are there no ground crews with them? There's so many questions I have.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of compromises and accuracy to elevate the story and the action set pieces, I think.
Mm-hmm. The most comedic part to me is the last battle where it's like there's 5 of us and 300 of them, but we're gonna take them with us. No, that's not how that goes. They had Panzerfausts. The first group of guys had Panzerfausts.
Yeah. They should have maybe
Don't get me wrong.
Taken out like 20 guys, but definitely not the entire squad.
The first guys in the column that were searching the tank, yeah, they're gonna get ripped apart. That's gonna happen. No doubt. It's a surprise attack from what I think is a disabled vehicle. Alright? But after the first couple of guys go down, guess what order of operations is during an ambush?
Whoever rolled the highest number on their D20.
Correct. And you fan out and you go, okay, that's a tank. It's not moving, so it probably has been disabled. It's got a turret, it's got machine guns, but not on every part of it. So we're going to put Panzerfaust at 3, 9, and 6. and one of you is gonna hit the damn thing. And then this fight's gonna be over. The part where they had a sniper just crawling through the farmland and like, this is what's gonna take them out, is I'm gonna use my sniper rifle and I'm gonna get... It's a very cool, like, sequence of events. And don't get me wrong, watching good guys kill Nazis is never boring. But also, not how this would have went. They killed way too many people.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was
Like, it's like John Wick levels of murder. Because don't get me wrong, were there parts of World War II where people ran at machine gun fire? Yeah, it's called the Red Army. They were like, one guy gets a gun, the other guy gets the bullets, go that way. When the Germans are out of bullets, then you can kill them. The Germans didn't do that, nor did they have the men to do that with at this point in the war. The second that tank was active, they would have gone to anti-tank measures and just been done. It would have been over. It would have been solved. There would have been casualties. Oh, yeah. There would have been casualties. Especially with that heavy gun. Also, I don't know. Running into the house, probably not. They would have gone behind the house in the barn, sure, but you don't. If I told you, hey, there's a tank over there, and it has high explosive rounds, and if you're in this building when they go off, you're a dead man for sure. Are you going to go into the building, or are you going to run behind the building and hope it doesn't penetrate and blow you up?
Well, you'll be fine as long as you either hide in the bathtub or stand underneath a doorway.
You know what? You're so right. You're so right. I don't know. Also, there's a lot of, and this might be a nitpick, and someone could probably actually on this, but there's a couple of, there's a couple of fights where there's like, they're like, okay, every 3 rounds of tracers, you can see where you're shooting. But the whole battlefield looked like it was Star Wars.
Yeah.
You got green tracers going this way, red tracers going that way, and I'm like, not typically how we're gonna see things, but okay. And don't get me wrong, it's a cool visual.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen tracers used in a film that would have been accurate to how they would have used it. Like this one, definitely way too much. The other time that was really egregious to me was in the last James Bond movie. There was a forest fight, and they used tracers in that. It's like, you're just giving away your position by using those. So why? But yeah, it's definitely just a Hollywood thing.
Like tracers, yeah, machine gunners use tracers all the time because it's so over long distance you can see where the trajectory of your rounds are going, especially in an open firefight. That's fine and dandy. But it's like they just seemed like they were too prevalent. It seemed like every other round was a tracer. Like even 1 every 3 is a little bit, I think, is a little bit too much. But again, it could be 1 every 5, 1 every 10. I don't really know. Because again, standards and practices will change from regiment to regiment. I tried to unactually myself. Yeah, so the Fury was equipped with a 67 millimeter cannon on it. That would have punched the Tiger's armor like at the range there would have easily gone through a Tiger armor without a problem.
And you came up to that conclusion without even having to leak any classified documents.
Yeah, no, these were all declassified by the U.S. government about 30 years before I was born.
Take that, Minecrafters. I just pissed off a whole ton of people. If anyone listens to this, which they won't.
Yeah. Also, if I'm not mistaken, the band of 300 German soldiers at the end, they were SS.
Yeah, I think so. That was Brad Pitt's main storyline because he hated them, probably for good reason.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the funniest point in the film when they're in the town and the Germans have surrendered, and then they see an SS guy, and Brad Pitt's just like, shoot that guy.
Yeah.
Like, okay. But yeah, I think that's why they were so gung-ho on taking on all of them at the end, because if they all weren't, a good majority of them were SS.
Yeah. That's things that, not to mention, the SS are much more highly trained than your average German infantry. So they wouldn't have ran blindly at a tank.
No, not typically. That's not
No.
not in their playbook.
Like, yes, all of these SS have extensive brain damage. On top of being Nazis.
Ooh, got him.
There's also a lot of points where... Okay, that's weird. Never mind. There's a lot of points where, like, a lot of tigers will just pop out of the woodwork. They had complete cover and concealment and still had clean shots. They're like, we're gonna move, then we're gonna shoot. No, you shoot, then you move. But okay.
Yeah, something we should have probably mentioned beforehand. When we are referring to tigers, we're not talking about the animal. The tiger is the name of a brand of tank, just so you know.
Yeah, the Germans like their big cats. They had the panther, they had the tiger. Not to be confused with the Izmash tiger, which is not German. It's I believe the Izmash is actually Russian, and they're the ones that made the Dragunov rifle, which is one of my favorite rifles of all time. But it is a piece of garbage. If you've ever fired one, or even a replica, they hurt. They're 7.62 by 51 millimeter, and their eye relief is 0, and they hurt to shoot. And you're gonna give yourself a black eye your first shot because there's no eye relief, and 7.62 by 51 is it's a cartridge. It travels. It goes fast, and it makes sure to use up every ounce of recoil against you. I love it. I never want to shoot one again. I want to buy one and put it above my desk in my office, but I'm never going to shoot one again.
Would they let you bring that to work?
Not my work office.
That's what I thought.
My studio office.
So I mentioned that Sinners for the first part of the film was pretty realistic, and then it took a turn into the supernatural. For the most part, I think Sinners could have happened. Then you get to the vampire stuff, not so much. Do you think the tactics and strategies used in Fury could happen today? Like, let's say you're in modern day Germany, driving a tank from 1945 through the streets. Would you still be able to use the tactics used in the film to do whatever they did?
Say that one again?
It was a really bad attempt at a joke. Because obviously,
all right,
U.S. forces are not in Germany at the moment. They don't use 1940s tanks.
All right.
I hate this.
Glad that one landed as well as it did.
I hate this so fucking much.
I hate this. You know what? Today's canceled. I got more inaccuracies if you want more inaccuracies.
Like, it was a really good idea for an episode. And had it not been so ungodly hot, it probably would have worked. Because I wouldn't have been like, spaghetti-brained. But yeah, more inaccuracies. Let's hear them.
So Brad Pitt's character, nicknamed War Daddy, also, no. So he uses a STG-44 submachine gun, which...
It's a Russian
They're in
rifle.
The STG-44 is a German, yes. I think you're thinking of the PPSH.
Right, yeah.
That's the Russian one. Also in World War II. The STG-44, he's on the Western Front. So the STG-44's main deployment was towards the Eastern Front, which is neither here nor there. Things can happen. But also, I don't know why he's really using one for a couple main reasons. One, who did he kill to get that?
Mm-hmm.
2, where's he getting more ammo? Because the STG-44 took its own size caliber. Like the MP40 used, the 9, I think it was 9mm, wasn't it? Yeah, 9mm, because the idea of the Minshi Pistol 40 was your handgun and your submachine gun use the same ammo, so you can interchange them, yada yada. The Germans thought they were brilliant. Turns out they just ran out of 9mm and were really fucking fast. Why he has one is just baffling to me. Why he's using one, also weird. The revolver he has, Also, definitely not standard issue, but that's okay. A lot of guys had non-standard issue equipment in the Second World War because things were a lot loosely goosier back then. Um, but it's not like it's a Webley or anything like a World War One handgun or anything like that. It's just I don't know. It's weird. Um, I there, some what was the STG-44 chambered? And you've got me looking up things now. STG-44 ammo type.
7.92 by 33.
Yeah, it's a Kurz, also known as the 8mm Kurz. So yeah, I don't think any other weapons used that caliber in the Second World War. I think it was kind of its own thing. Because the STG-44 was I will give them that. They also say in the beginning of the movie that it's late. It's late in the war, and the Germans are vastly superior in firepower and technical advancements, and the U.S. forces are doing their best to hold. No,
Yeah, it's
not the case.
That's not the no, because like once the Americans got to the war, that was late World War II as it is. We're the force that came in and reinvigorated everyone else on our side, and then by that point, almost over.
Everyone's like, it's like, yes, because the Tigers are worth 5 Sherman tanks, but the Americans always had 6. Kind of accurate. We did kind of McDonald's them because we had wartime production and they didn't because, their factories were bombed out. But it don't get me wrong, the Germans had a lot of great engineering, but they lacked 2 key things. One, they were the bad guys, so they didn't get the plot armor. And 2, supply lines matter, and there's so many things in World War II we were so good at saboteur-wise. I shouldn't say we, not the U.S. forces. I think it was French. It was French forces used baguette bombs to blow up an ammo facility.
That is so undeniably French. I don't even know what to say to that.
I know a lot of World War II history. I don't really know why. I think it's because when I was a child, my parents were like, "Hey, you're too old for cartoons now. So stop watching things." I think I was like middle school, and they were like, "No more cartoons. You're too old for that."
Watch War.
They were like, "Yeah, here's the History Channel and Discovery, and like, go watch How It's Made and the Rise and Fall of the German Empire." Because back in the day, that's all History Channel was. It was literally just World War II history and like a little bit of Pawn Stars. And so that was most of my reading. That fun fact, I also joined in the United States Navy mostly because of the stuff I've been watching as a child.
Oh wait, propaganda works? What?
Oh my god, it works. It works so good. You ever seen the Battle for Midway? That's hype.
Well, maybe they should have propaganda at your back before they.
Should have taken a propaganda
Yeah.
at my back.
Yeah.
But they did not. Well, they tried. I don't know. The doctors missed it, I guess. I don't know. They made me walk in my underwear from one side of the room to the other, walking like a duck, and they were like, "You look fine. Get out of here."
Yeah, that's on them. I think they should have let you stay.
Honestly, I would have loved to stay.
Like,
I miss those days.
Your Honor, what's 1 degree?
It's Your Honor. And here's the thing. I was gonna be a desk worker. I was a yeoman. That was my MO. I wasn't like building houses.
But you told me you were gonna shoot big guns, not work at a desk.
You could do more than one thing in the military. As they are very apt to tell you. Just like the one guy that went in, wanted to be a sniper, and wanted to be a Marine Corps sniper. Marines weren't there. Navy recruiter said, "Hey, come to the Navy. You can be a sniper. You gotta be a SEAL first, but then you can be a sniper."
Okay, just one more step.
Yeah, literally. Hey, you idiot, get over here. Uh, but yeah, Fury, good movie. If you want to watch it, currently YouTube has it free with ads. So if you don't want to pay for the physical media because you don't want to buy a mediocre, inaccurate movie, you don't have to. You can watch it on YouTube. At time of recording, it is still on there, free with ads. If you have YouTube Premium, maybe you don't have the ads. Um, the John Wick movies are also on there. So
Or if you
if you want to
use
watch,
a browser that has built-in ad block, I'm pretty sure I haven't tested it with the YouTube movie thing,
mm-hmm,
but everything else it blocks all the ads. So you might want to try your luck at that.
also possible. Given the time that we have left, do we want to talk about our super secret special news we are tentatively planning?
Um, we haven't discussed it. We can talk about it. I will say, check out the YouTube channel for a bonus piece of content that was cut out of last week's episode for time. That is, let me make sure I'm given the correct channel name instead of just saying the Gmail spiel that I usually give. It's just Two Raccoons on YouTube, right?
We are. Let me check. Switch account. Yes, I believe we're just two raccoons.
Yeah, check out the YouTube channel over at Two Raccoons.
Two raccoon. You can use at Two Raccoons Podcast. That'll find us.
Perfect. For some bonus content. But yes,
I'll put up that. Mm-hmm.
why don't you talk about the other bonus content we recorded?
Yes. So, over this past weekend, Hat, myself, and one of our previous guests went to the Ren Fair. Ba-bum, ba-da-bum. And we were able to record some goodie footage for you. It's not very long. It's only a couple of minutes.
It's just me eating a pickle.
It is just Hat just eating a pickle from a man we could not understand. I actually need to send you that content, so if you want to edit it all, and then I can upload it.
Yeah, I still haven't
I need
seen
to send
it.
you that content. Yeah, I'm gonna send that to you. I'll do that tonight. So I'll do that. In the meanwhile, we also have some unplanned but exciting possible news. We here at the Two Raccoons and the Trench Coat podcast want to give you the very best in quality entertainment. That's why we have partnered up with each other to bring you the Two Raccoons Twitch channel. That's right. We're going to have live streams, possibly. We're definitely going to have some content for you on YouTube of Hat, myself, and maybe some other guests you've already met playing some wonderful games. Now, what games we play, how often this content gets uploaded, and what the schedule looks like, well, that's all up in the air right now. But we wanted to bring you more diversified content so you can come for the podcast, stay for the visuals, and find yourself lost in a world of imagination and wishing you also had more friends. That's okay. We're the next best thing. We're not just friends. We're two raccoons in a trench coat.
I had something, and of course, I lost it. So, yep,
That's okay.
that's the theme of this. What a great mid-season
What a great
episode here.
mid-season special.
Yeah, you're going on about ego and World War II history, and I'm actively losing my goddamn mind. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Something vampires, something fury, something. But yes, there's a wide variety of games that we've been looking into possibly playing together. There's a couple of games that I think there's one more guest we still need to have on our podcast before everybody in our group has officially been a guest.
I think you're right.
And then once we get that person on the podcast as a guest, maybe our next episode would just be whatever she's into. We just make an episode out of it.
Yeah.
and then we can start, because I think there's a fun game you all may know it at home called Repo that myself, Hat, and the guests you've all heard of from before love to play together, and it's horrible and chaotic. And the best, we wouldn't be live streaming that simply because when all of us are in a room, there's a lot of TOS guideline breaking.
Oh yeah.
So we would be editing a lot of that content. And also, if we play for 3 hours, we're not going to post a 3 hour video. We're going to condense it down to the highlights. Um, but I, as you may have known, have streamed before. I do have my own. I haven't streamed in almost. It's been like 10 months since I've streamed. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. I bought a house.
Yeah, I think the
I
last
got
thing you
from
streamed was the map making for D&D sessions.
I think it was, yeah. And then I remember two of our guests were watching it while they're at a fancy dinner.
Were they? I know I was watching it when I was about to go into a restaurant.
Yeah, they were out to dinner and had their phones under the table. Yeah, I have dedicated followers. Like, I only have like 7 subscribers. They're dedicated subscribers. But I'm gonna do more of my own content. I'm a PNG tuber now. I've got some PNG stuff set up. I actually tested it just the other day with some Skyrim content. Didn't stream it, didn't post anywhere. It's just an audio test, audio visual test, but it went really well. I'm very happy with how it's turned out, and we're going to be using it in the future to do some more content. I of course have my own YouTube channel. I have my Twitch streams, which most of my YouTube content is just stuff that was on Twitch and then I've edited down. Because believe it or not, I also know how to do editing. I actually was making I was making cringy YouTube videos back in 2007 and 2008. I can't find them. I've spent all day looking for my old YouTube account so I can pull them up because I made several really cringy Naruto edits that I just have to see.
Little does he know, we do have them. They're not going to be bonus content. That's going to be Patreon exclusive. If there's anything that you're going to give, if there's anything that would be worth paying us money for, it would be those.
Thank you for segueing us into Patreon content. I think our first Patreon tier, when we get up and running, is going to be like, what, 99 cents a month? We'll do the very basic amount.
Yeah, I don't think this is the best episode to get into Patreon content and giving us money based on how it's been so far for the past half hour.
Do you like what you've seen today?
I don't like what I've said today.
If the answer is yes, get some help.
Yeah.
If the answer is no, but you're hoping we get better, drop us a line. And where can they reach us at?
God damn, I can't even say the bit. I'm done. This is...
That would be tworaccoonspodcast@gmail.com. That's 2 C's, 2 O's, no spaces. tworaccoonpodcast@gmail.com. Send us your fan mail. Send us your ideas. Send us games you want to see us play. Send us topics you want us to talk about. We're always happy to hear from you. We're hoping to get merch. We're hoping to get Patreon. That stuff is in the works. We are still a 2-man gambit here. We are still just 2 raccoons making this entire thing.
And it is so
support,
unbearably hot in this trench coat.
And with your support and some air conditioning, we're going to have more content coming for you very soon. Thank you for hanging out with us today. I think I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to go dunk Hat here in the pool out back. We have a raccoon pit full of water. So,
yeah. How old is that water? I don't know, but I'm about to find out.
All right. If we're not dead from a communicable disease next week, we will see you next time here on the Two Raccoons and Trenchcoat podcast. Thanks, and hang out for more.
Yep. Thanks for putting... That was a pretty good ending. I'm not even going to say anything. That's it. Thanks for putting up with this.
You know what? You survived the fever dream, and that's all we could ask you for. Good night, everybody.